we learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
40%?
That's right. Almost half.
Yes, and they steal people's social security is what happens. Is they call in, they say, they claim to be a retiree, then they convince the social security person on the phone to change where the money's flowing. It actually goes to some fraudster. The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government, it is astonishing. It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. For example, like the simple survey that was literally 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000. The government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey?
$1 billion for a simple online survey. Do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So the survey would just go into nothing. It was like insane. The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government, it is astonishing.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Elon Musk says, check your social security. We got some big news, some breaking news, some emergency announcement. Elon Musk and the DOGE team just sat down for a full-blown transparent interview. Talk about transparency. This administration is a night and day difference than the previous administration. And they are dragging this man and the team through hell. Just as they drag Trump, us MAGA conservatives, through the mud with the fake news, the misinformation, the fear-mongering, the propaganda, and lies, man. But Elon Musk isn't cutting Social Security. He's cutting fraud. And the ones panicking are the ones abusing the system. Let me know how you feel about Elon Musk and DOGE in the comment section down below. But what's going on, family? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. One love to the human race. Don't give a damn what your skin color is, what you look like, what you smell like, what your age is, if you got freckles, if you don't got freckles, if you got a bald head, if you got a head full of hair, if you got no teeth, if you got a lazy eye, 2 lazy eyes, I don't care. What's going on? I got love for you. We all live in this very, very fast time travel, and I am wishing the best in everybody's life. Yes, indeed. I don't care what state, country, don't care. Especially for us Americans, I'm wishing the best because we have been dragged through the mud. Millions are struggling, just trying to get by. We've been spit on. We've been put last. We've been lied to. And enough is enough, man. And it's a lot of corruption, man. A lot of waste that is happening right now. And we're getting exactly what we voted for. It was a mandate. The people spoke loud and clear. We have the radical left not stopping these activist judges. There's a mental illness right now, and it's getting worse by the day. From derangement syndrome, Elon Musk derangement syndrome, and there's a new one, Tesla derangement syndrome. People have lost their minds, and they're putting this man through hell. But it sounds like Democrats approve and endorse DOGE, especially in the 90s, the early 2000s. I mean, hey, from all these old videos that are hitting the surface, all these leaked videos and messages, sounds like the Democrats really do approve of DOGE. But it's Trump and Elon Musk, so they're the bad guys. The orange man is bad. But we definitely have to get into this, family. If you're new here, again, join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for your boy. It's going down, man.
And they steal people's social security is what happens. Is they call in, they say, they claim to be a retiree, then they convince the social security person on the phone to change where the money's flowing. it actually goes to some fraudster. This is happening all day, every day. And then somebody doesn't receive their Social Security. It's because of all the fraud loopholes in the Social Security system.
How do you reassure people that what you all are doing is not going to affect their benefits?
No, in fact, what we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of DOGE, will receive more Social Security, not less. I want to emphasize that. As a result of the work of DOGE, legitimate recipients of Social Security will receive more money, not less money.
All right.
I want to emphasize that point and let the record show that I said this, and it will be proven out to be true.
Elon Musk says, "Say what I said. Keep it on record, because it will be true, and we are not lying to you. We're cutting the fraud." Again, the ones panicking are the ones abusing the system. And they're cracking down on all this waste and corruption, man. And this is exactly what we voted for. Exactly. You know? But they're putting this man through hell, man. They really are.
I mean, you have been called a Nazi, a white supremacist, a fascist.
I mean, they've got this sort of their
Just to
normal
name
playbook.
a few. Yeah.
I mean, they've still got it. They haven't. I guess they still need.
That's what they call us. Nazis. Deplorables. You know? They dragged us through the mud, man. You know? And also being, and as y'all know, being a black Trump supporter, you know, and y'all know how I feel about the race card. But they drag us even more through the mud and call us ridiculous names, the C words and all kind of stuff, you know. Sad. But we're living among some pathetic people, man. Some sad, pathetic people. And it's a sad mental illness, man. And they want us divided.
He's called me Stalin, Mussolini, you know, whatever, Genghis Khan or whatever. I mean, they've called the president all these things. I think at one point there was a magazine cover which said the president was worse than, that President Trump was worse than Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin combined. And the president hasn't killed anyone. He hasn't started any wars. In fact, he's good at stopping wars. So this is obviously, they're pushing these lies. And why do they push these lies? And I think that we need to hold people responsible for pushing these lies, because those lies almost got the president killed.
Facts. You know, the CNNs, the MSNDNCs, the ABCs, the alphabetical news, alphabetical order, the fake news, the left-wing media, legacy media, and they wonder why ratings have tanked. People have turned the TV off. And why we are the media. They wonder why. The fear-mongering, propaganda, the bias, lie after lie after lie. And you wonder why more people are now turned it off. They're doing their own research. They're thinking for themselves. A new Trump supporter is born every single day. Keep doing what y'all doing, Democrats, and keep sending these ladies out there. Just, I mean, the Jasmine Crockett's, the AOCs. Keep sending them out there. She has ghetto-fied Congress. The other one needs to go back to the bar. You know? Keep sending Bernie out there. He up there shaking. Yeah, he up there shaking and sweating. Don't know what to believe. Keep sending them out there. And it gets worse and worse and worse. They just keep digging the hole even deeper. This is exactly what we voted for, man. Exactly. You know?
The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government. It is astonishing. It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. You know, for example, like the simple survey that was literally a 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000. Was the government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey?
$1 billion for a simple online survey. Do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So the survey would just go into nothing. It was like insane.
What I told you guys, man, in the previous videos, I told y'all, be ready to raise your eyebrows even more, for your jaws to drop even more. Be ready, you know. And again, talk about transparency. I feel like this entire presidency, this second term, has been televised. That we're seeing everything. Compared to the last administration, this is a night and day difference, man. Talk about transparency. You know?
And also make the experience. I'll say the two improvements that we're trying to make to Social Security are helping people that legitimately get benefits, protect them from fraud that they experience every day on a routine basis, and also make the experience better. And I'll give you one example is at Social Security, one of the first things we learned is that they get phone calls every day of people trying to change direct deposit information. So when you want to change your bank account, you can call Social Security. We learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
40%, man. And y'all know how much y'all want to bet. The CNNs, the MSNBCs. You know, they don't really want you to see. They don't want you to see this. They don't want you to see what's actually going on. They don't want to talk about what's actually going on. You know, I wonder how much coverage this is getting. Besides Fox News, I wonder how much coverage this is actually getting. You know, because they're too focused and too set on that Trump and Elon Musk are the bad guys.
That's right. Almost half.
Yes, and they steal people's Social Security is what happens. Is they call in, they say they claim to be a retiree, then they convince the Social Security person on the phone to change where the money's flowing. It actually goes to some fraudster. This is happening all day, every day, and then somebody doesn't receive their Social Security. It's because of all the fraud loopholes in the Social Security system.
Not the first time we've heard that too as well. You know. But Elon Musk is spot on. Says any company operated like a government, it will go bankrupt and the officers will be arrested. If the company operated the way the federal government does, then it would go bankrupt. Officers would be arrested.
The federal government does are necessary for any company to function. So, like, if the federal government, if a commercial company operated the way the federal government does, then it would be immediately go bankrupt. It would be delisted. The officers would be arrested. The changes are
You know, I love that they brought this up with the corruption with these activist judges, man, that are trying everything they can to stop President Trump's presidency, man, to sabotage it. You know, and like I said, put the judge on the plane. Send the judges to El Salvador. You know, you want the plane to come back with the criminals, the murders, the rapists, the gang members, yeah, and have them put them in. When they come back, you get on the plane with them. Ridiculous, man. You get your butt on the plane. And before you leave, send your pay stubs and your salary, your paycheck to Ukraine as well. Talk about wars. The only thing they can stand up and clap for is the war. Send your money down there. You take your butt down there. Put your boots on. Vote against the working people. Vote against the working class. Vote against. They had that women's rights scam talking point. Vote against that. They want men and women's sports. Tell everybody to stay woke. Ridiculous, man.
Are you surprised at some of the legal efforts and some of the judges that have weighed in? There's about 8 or 10 now of these cases that are at least temporary holds. They're being challenged by the DOJ.
Right.
Are you surprised by that pushback?
Well, it's the D.C. Circuit is notorious for having a very far left bias, and when you look at the people close to some of these judges Where are they working? Oh, they're working at these NGOs. Oh, they're the ones getting this money. Does that seem like a system that lacks corruption? It sounds like corruption to me.
Yeah. Somebody getting paid. Somebody getting paid. They're the ones getting the money, huh? You know, just full of corruption, man. Full of corruption. And I'm one of those ones, man. I agree with what y'all are saying, man. I'm ready to see somebody in handcuffs, you know. And that's why my saying is somebody put their hands behind their back. You know, put your hands behind your back. I'm ready to see somebody arrested, man. Somebody held accountable. Absolutely ridiculous, man. And one of the DOGE staffers, one of the guys in the part of the DOGE team, Tyler Hassan, has had 5 businesses in Houston that he left behind to help clean up our government. Check this out. Wow.
Do you guys all see this as a patriotic duty? I mean, is that really what this is about?
It's essential.
Very much so. I do, 100%. I was running 5 businesses in Houston, and I left that. I left great people to do this, and my wonderful wife said, "Go for it." And here I am. But I feel like this is me giving back to the country.
If we don't do this, we're sunk. The ship, unless this exercise is successful, the ship of America will sink. That's why we're doing it.
Wow. You know, but the Democrats, you know, the fake news, these activists, they want you to think that this team is a bunch of kids that are evil minions. That's what they say. They don't know what they're doing. And that they're cutting everything for everybody, you know. And they also said that we're losing our rights. We're losing our rights. Let me know what rights have you lost. Please, y'all comment down below. What rights have you lost? I'm just saying. You know, what rights have you lost?
Post stuff that gets attention. You give it out, in other words. Democratic Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posted on X about his trip to Ukraine to push for continuing to send U.S. weapons.
Let them stay down there. Let Mark Kelly fight. Let him put his boots on and send his whole check down there. Send his whole salary down there and let him fight.
And support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country.
Boom, right there. Right there, y'all. That's what right there. We cut the interview off right there. Thank you, Elon. Right there. Bam. And this is what we all been screaming, man. America first. The American first agenda, man. If you want to go down, you take your butt down there and send them your salary. People don't want to fund no war. We don't want nobody dying. Peace through strength. It all comes back down to common sense things, man. Common sense. Take your butt down there and stay down there.
And if they don't, they're a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but there is a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
Well, I think there will be a negotiated peace, and the thing that we should be concerned about is we should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches, for no movement in the lines. So the borders remain the same. For the past 2 years, thousands of people have died every week for nothing. For what?
Love that he said that, man. It reminds me back when Trump said, I don't want anybody dying. I am tired of people dying. For what? When he was sitting up there with that CNN smug hack activist, Caitlin Collins. You know.
And I take great offense at those who put the appearance of goodness over the reality of it. Those who virtue signal and say, oh, we can't give in to Russia, but have no solution to stopping thousands of kids dying every day. They just want that to continue forever. I have contempt for such people. I don't want to make that clear.
Yeah. So you're optimistic.
Because they're virtue signaling, and their lack of a solution means that kids don't have a father. It means that parents lost a son. For what? Nothing.
Woo. Elon Musk put something on your heart today, didn't he? Woo. Man. Yes, indeed, you guys. Yes, indeed. You know, but we got Democrats like this with their wig on backwards. Fake news, you know. The fear-mongering doesn't stop.
We don't care how much money you have, Elon. We don't give a damn about DOGE.
And they are this is one of those ones on top of that list that need to be walked out with their hands behind their back. Because we know about you, ma'am. She needs to be put in handcuffs.
We are going to defend the Constitution because we believe in
She don't even know how to spell Constitution.
democracy. So many people have sacrificed and fought and died for democracy. And Trump comes along with his ignorant and he don't even know the Constitution. If he wants to start looking so closely to find those who were born here and their parents were undocumented, maybe he ought to first look at Melania.
And she attacks Melania. Yeah, but these Democrats have lost it, man. These activists have lost it. You know, they're trying to do everything they can, man. There's a mental illness going on right now. They're attacking this man's company, his cars. You know, just a circus, man. But that's how you know that we're winning, man. When you talk about transparency, here it is. Here it is. No, he says no one is cutting your Social Security. But what does the other side come out and say? That they're cutting everything for you. You've lost this, you've lost that, you've lost your rights. You know? Again, you guys, good versus evil is what we see right now. Good versus evil. You know, they can't seem to tell the truth. You know, but we're gonna keep winning. Again, we got more updates coming this upcoming week. More things with Doge and what they're doing. And we're gonna be there to cover it, man. They are cracking down on the waste and corruption. And this fraudulent, corrupt scam system that we live in, man. You know. But he says what we're doing will help people's benefits. Help. Not end or cut. Take away. Help. You know. But the other side says they're cutting everything, you've lost everything. You know. But he says, imagine how much Elon and Doge could get done if they had the support from the GOP in Congress. Boy. Yeah. No. But there's massive fraud everywhere, you guys. Massive fraud is everywhere. And they're getting to it, man. Let me know what y'all think it is. And yeah, let me know how y'all feel about the Elon Musk and the Doge team. You know, and everything that's going on right now. He says, Lex says, Elon and the Doge team interviewing on Fox is eye-opening. All Americans should be cheering them on and hoping they succeed in their mission to make government more efficient. This should not be a partisan issue. I agree, man. We definitely gonna have to repost that. I agree. You know. But I love you guys. God bless you all and your families. And I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, you guys.